like to give it a pause because I don't know when it actually kicks in.
Immediately.
But you guys always say that. You always say it's immediately. I don't believe it. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. This is Movie Night episode 56. What do we have for you this episode? We have our first feature ever. We're talking about an actual guest on the show. You may have seen him in This Is Us. You may have seen him in
What's that?
Wakanda Forever.
Oh yeah.
Who does he look like?
Huh?
Who do you think he looks like?
Chris looks like everybody. Not true. He's not like Emmett from the Lego Movie, but he looks like the guy from Get Out. Very much like him.
Okay.
I can see that.
Okay.
Oh, you already know.
I can see that.
Because everybody's told you the list already. I don't know. You're acting like you haven't.
Who's the guy from?
There's a rapper. Who's the rapper?
Rich Homie Kawhi.
Rich Homie Kwan.
Oh, he does look like Rich Homie Kwan. That's a good one.
So I mean, there's a handful. The guy that says,
Which is funny because
I can fix that. Holes.
not as much.
Come on, it kind of looks like Holes.
Rich Homie is the best so far. I would have never guessed that the guy from Get Out and Rich Homie Kwan looked alike, but Chris brings them together.
He really does. Yeah, it's a melting pot.
But we
Chris
have
is,
the one and only Chris Resby here with us today.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Zach, you want to tell that?
Huh?
The one and only?
The one and only. Oh yeah, this is my buddy Chris. I met him in Kennesaw. All of a sudden, we're just hanging out one day, and he drops an atom bomb on me and acts like it's not the coolest thing I've ever heard. So he goes, "Yeah, you know, I'm the only one. I'm the only one in my name." And me, being a Zach Knight, I followed about 60 ungrateful Zach Knights on Facebook. All of them mean, some weird goth dudes. The goth dude was like, "Yo, why did you add me on Facebook?" I was like, I messaged him back, and I was like, "Because we had the same name." And he was like, "That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard." And I mean, it was pretty dumb, but I'm glad to know when it's their birthday.
Yeah.
Just to know. It's like we're one
But-
away.
Chris, get back to the Chris part. He's the only one named Chris
He's
Resby.
the only one.
But how did he know that?
You Google search it, I guess.
Isn't there a website where you can search how many people
Yeah,
with
you
your
look up
same
like
name?
how many Zach Knights are there in the United States, and it's like 6,500.
How is there only one Chris Resby? Resby,
I doubt
mean,
it's Chris.
Yeah. It's definitely not Chris.
I doubt it's Chris.
How do you spell Resby?
How do I spell it?
Is there a Z in there?
No, Resby.
Okay.
There's a Z when he's talking to the ladies.
Alright.
Then he's Chris Risby.
All right, play the intro.
Run it.
Movie night. Movie night. Movie night, ain't no doubt. We about to watch one movie night. Turn it on, gotta get it started. Let's watch a movie tonight. 'Cause movie nights are always the best of times. Got to keep on watching, keep on watching. Got to keep on watching, keep on watching.
Got to keep on watching, and that we do, folks.
Killed it.
Killed it. First
It's-
time. Absolutely nailed it.
Yeah. I'm scared when we have to like have Dad up there and he's responsible.
Dad's
for
not going to
stuff.
be able to do that.
Yeah.
You're going
And
to have
it's
to.
like 5 to 6 steps. I'm gonna have to figure out that.
Chris got
speed
here
up,
15 minutes ago. You gave him quick
Quick
rundown about what
flow.
to do. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a tech guy.
Dad's going to have to show up 2 hours early.
Yeah, our guy in the
Take
chair
notes.
for being in the chair. He's the worst tech guy besides my father.
But Chris is a tech guy?
Chris is high up.
Was
So,
Chris works in tech?
yes, sir.
He does work in tech.
IT?
He's a coder.
Ah.
Hey.
I mean, I don't know what this guy does.
But he knows codes.
Yeah.
I have a lot of free time. Let me just say that.
Nuclear
Yeah, he's got a
codes.
lot of free time, makes more money than me, and I hate him for it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
All right, so we watched Black Mirror, season 6, episode 3.
Yeah, the episode was called
Beyond the Sea.
Beyond the Sea.
I think this was my favorite episode.
I think so.
Of
Of
the
the 3,
season?
did you watch the 3? I haven't watched the season yet. We got.
No, of the 3. I mean, you just mean of the season, not like
Yeah,
of
of
the
this
show.
season, absolutely.
Oh, by far the best episode so far.
Did you know what Chris's favorite episode of Black Mirror was?
Oh God.
He never stops talking
The
about
pig one?
No, the one with Anthony Mackie.
He loves that.
I've actually never seen that. I was like, I don't want to see it.
He does. Okay.
You
Chris.
talk about it all the time.
Yeah, it's the funniest one.
You're the one who always defends it not being gay.
I did not say that. I said you do jumping jacks because it's like, oh, whoa, it's just two buddies like hanging out, playing a video game, kissing. Hold up. And then they get in the video game and you're like, that's kind of hot. It's Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy, and she's dressed up as like
Slut.
Mortal Kombat player. Like a Mortal Kombat player, and it's just like one other dude.
Okay.
But in reality,
It's two dudes.
it's two dudes. That's why I'm saying you're playing jumping jacks the whole time because you're like, hold up,
They're best
remember
friends.
what this really is.
Yeah, that episode was gross.
Yeah, it was weird.
And then their whole relationship was
It's like 3, 2, 1, fight, and then they're just like,
like,
but not the way.
they started off as fighting.
Bro, and it ended super weird too because like
Their
they just went on
girlfriends would let
schedule.
them do it.
Yeah, like Anthony Mackie's
Mm.
wife was like, okay, well you can hang out with.
Once a month.
Once a year or something?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
No, it's way more than
That
once a
episode was
year.
gross. This episode was beast.
This episode was beast.
Brought you back to what Black Mirror used to be.
I kept trying to call out what the, like,
What was gonna happen?
yeah. And I think I thought of this one at first, but it's definitely not what my first thought was going to be on how it was going to end.
I didn't think about he was gonna do what he did until like right before the guy got in the
I think I was
spaceship,
about
and
halfway
like,
through
oh
it.
shit.
But like the
Yeah.
second he gave the reins over to David, who was the other, I was like, this
Oh,
is
dude!
bad
As soon
news.
as I was like, oh my
I
god!
was like, you do not know what you just did.
All right,
Like,
give
you
your
just-
plot summary.
All right, here we go.
But yeah, when that happened, you knew it was gonna be bad.
Bad news bears. All right, so our character Jesse is Jesse from Breaking Bad. He will be called Jesse the rest of the night. David and Jesse are astronauts on a 6-year mission in space. To pass the time and hold on to whatever shred of sanity they have left, they are given skin suits. Advanced robotics built in their likeness, I don't think that's right.
Likeness.
Likeness, thank you. No, that's what I spelled. I just, thank you. That they can control and live out their lives on Earth with. But all goes awry when David's family is murdered for participating. Y'all must be participating in such a heinous acts. This leaves David stranded in space with no escape. But before you can feel bad for David, he really starts to creep you out. To keep some sort of rapport in the spacecraft, Jesse offers that he should use his link. Oh, it's called a link. To go get some fresh air. But give them an inch and they'll take a mile. Because David's visitations became more frequent and ended when he made advancements on Jesse's wife. After Jesse confronts him, David exclaims, "You don't know what it's like and how alone I am," until he connects one more time and murders Jesse's whole family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm imagining he killed wife and kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But Jesse was a pretty bad dad. He never asked about his son.
Oh,
once.
and the way he
was
talked
like,
to his son, it
"Lana."
was like, I saw, like, there's like a scene towards the end where he's like talking to his dog.
Uh-huh.
He's like, "Hey, buddy." "Hey, buddy boy." And then he's like, "Boy." It's like God of War.
Yeah, but when he thought that they were murdered, he was only calling out for his wife after he had been douche to his son the whole episode
Yeah,
too.
true.
Anyways,
Oh, and then the guy smacked him and he was like,
so what?
beat the shit out of that kid.
That kid sucks. You know it. I know it.
Somebody's got to get that kid in line.
All right, plot summary. Before heading out on their 6-year journey across the final frontier, 2 astronauts create mechanical clones of themselves to leave back on Earth. On the spaceship, the astronauts can go to sleep and send their consciousness to their robot self back on Earth. Back on Earth, one of the astronauts, David's robot's family are attacked and murdered by a bunch of hippies for being an abomination to humanity. David is now stuck on the aircraft for the remaining 4 years with no robot to connect to and a murdered family. Cliff, the other astronaut... Look at that, just kept saying murdered family, like it felt like a lot.
Yeah.
Cliff, the other astronaut, is worried David might kill himself and leave Cliff unable to operate the spaceship by himself. He allows David to periodically connect to his robot in order to get him out of his depression. What will David do with this gift Cliff has given him? Murder the hippies that killed his wife? Bang Cliff's wives? Or just enjoy this extra time on Earth?
It's extra. Yeah, you know what? That was my first thought. I thought he was gonna like law-abiding citizen.
I thought so too.
The hippies, and I thought he was just gonna go like
kill
figure
the-
out when they were like having their trial, and then kill them.
My only problem with this episode, and maybe there was a reason that I didn't understand, why did they like do this in the 60s?
No, you know what's weird? They like the only reason I would think that was in the 60s is because they went to a movie theater.
But it was
They-
like an old-fashioned movie theater.
Yeah, it was
No.
old-fashioned.
It was like in the 60s or something. It
Why
was
do
like,
they have skin suits like this?
exactly. That's why I didn't like it. But like, I think it was an alternate universe where they had this advancement in the 60s. How about when he went to like the bookstore and he puts on that hat and he's dressed a certain way and they're driving that car? Everything's
the like fedora hat.
everything was old timey
For sure.
back
That
on
was
Earth.
just a beast hat. I mean, that's a timeless hat.
It was
That's like a bowler.
old. It was
Yeah.
an alternate
Oh,
universe
they
where
were
in the
trying to make it
60s they
seem
were
like
able to
on
do
Earth
this.
it was old, but they had like technology that advances us by like, I would like to say more years, but I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
don't
So I'm
know.
just wondering, why did they do it like that?
Uh,
Why didn't they just do it in the future?
Do you
So
think
they could
they-
have hippies in there that
they
they could
knew?
murder? Huh?
they noticed maybe there was like a differentiation between like Earth is like set back a couple hundred years. Meanwhile, I don't know.
No, not like that.
Yeah, but why are they in an old time movie and we have skin suits that are the likeness of the people?
It was a alternate reality.
Had to be.
So you don't even think it's like,
Not
Is-
our Earth.
if we're Earth 22, this was like Earth 36.
Yeah, where in the 60s they just had some more advancements with the whole robot stuff.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
Christianity never became a thing. People say that a lot, that if Christianity was never a thing, that science would be way more advanced.
Well,
Oh.
isn't that the reason why the hippies killed like that dude's family? Is because he thought like it was unholy. You're not supposed to be here.
Oh, and he
Yeah.
was mad at the wife just for banging the robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but honestly, like when I was watching that scene, I was like, well, these kids are robots. Because the kids were like way too, like, they were like watching their mom just get like beat up on the ground and their dad like tied up and they were just sitting on the sofa like,
I also was like, dude, you should be embarrassed. You're a robot and you couldn't beat those guys up.
Like,
Very
like,
true.
No, I understand.
Arsenal on you or nothing.
he
Yeah.
didn't feel pain even when his arm got
Yeah,
cut.
like, I understand that they're not going to make this robot super strong so it can, like, take over.
True.
But
Take over enough.
imagine if you knew you weren't going to die. You would go in there with reckless abandon and no pain.
True.
You would
5
run in there and
people,
just beat
one
guys up?
robot? Yeah.
He didn't beat a single guy up.
Yeah. And he didn't even like, I mean, I was like, okay, I wonder if they put pain receptors in this guy to make him feel more normal.
Yeah.
They cut off his arm, easy peas.
Yeah.
Do you know who one of those kids was, right?
Who?
Like the main guy that kept talking.
Who was it? I
I'm
recognize him.
positive that's a Culkin.
Yeah.
That's like one of Macaulay Culkin's little
Yeah.
brother. I don't know, bro. They just keep popping up, and I'm like, you look
Wow,
familiar.
good call. I'm pretty sure you're right.
Oh, I'm 100% right.
That was a good turn of events, though. I was like, man,
I'm pretty sure.
when's this one going to get interesting? And then all of a sudden,
It got interesting.
family murdered. I didn't see that happen.
I thought that he would not like. I thought he was gonna do like a stolen identity type of thing, where like he would just kill
For sure.
Jesse
Yeah.
and then take over and be like try and learn the mannerisms that he did, but it's impossible. Like except for like the time you had with him on the spacecraft.
Yeah.
Like he would have had to like start asking like a lot of questions. Like
Were they friends? Or were they just guys that worked together?
I
I
mean,
think they were probably more acquaintances. Like,
Yeah.
He tried to live and help a hand. I think he went through the tragedy, and it was just a bad idea.
So do you think that they
they
only
were
woke
strictly
up?
work buddies. but you never stopped working.
Yeah.
Like you would just always be there with each other, running miles.
Do you think that they were like always home then? Like when
Yeah. They
Yeah.
said like see you Friday, which was on Friday.
Yeah.
And like I had a question that was off of that. I said, would you guys be willing to like if Earth was so bad, let's say that we have World War III, and then all of a sudden they're like, VR pod. Get your VR pod now to escape from this reality.
Yeah.
Would you guys like deteriorate your body in this Earth to live out like a happy life in another?
So you're saying I'm basically just a brain slug.
You're not
Yeah.
a brain slug. Like, I mean, like, they were both, like, Jesse was significantly underweight. They were both, like, kind of underweight. They looked okay. But, like, they were, like...
The one guy I feel like was jacked.
The one dude was jacked. Jesse was underweight. It
I
was,
will
like,
beat you up. I'm like, dude, no, you won't. He will
Bro,
kick your ass.
that dude was a psychopath. Yeah, he was like, I'll put you through this wall. I
I will
all I
break
can
your
think is, like,
jaw.
Sure.
that's, like, 5
Yeah.
layers of steel. I'm like, this is a spacecraft. There's no way you're putting him through
Yeah.
that door. But, yeah, would you guys, like... You're in World War III.
Uh-huh.
You're outside, trees are burning. Like there's no going to like a Walmart anymore. You like buy a little like thing on Amazon and it gives you like energy goo. So that's what you're eating every day. It's just like you press a button,
Energy.
a little
So
little shit.
the
looking
world
thing.
sucks.
World sucks.
Yeah.
Would you escape?
I'd probably go in the little pod
Yeah.
and go play like real life Call of Duty.
For sure.
Oh my gosh.
What?
You
Not me.
What would you do with your time?
I'd be a martyr for this country.
You already
Fucking out
game.
there sometime.
No, I would stop gaming.
The world is good,
I don't
and you
think we have
already game.
Wi-Fi. Yeah, the world is good. Now I game. There's not a reason for me to go out there and spread the word. You got a wife and a daughter. You're just abandoning them to play Call of Duty online?
I mean, I
You
thought.
are?
Oh my god. Yeah, they can come too.
She's not.
You just said
Lou-
I can't even
Lou's
go
not
outside.
capable.
Trees are burning. You made it sound like you go outside and it's hell.
It's like Red Dawn or something, like one of those
That's
movies.
completely different. That's like
The
during
Chinese
the
are
war.
not invading.
I mean, if the
But people have
Chinese are
blown up.
invading,
That was what Red Dawn was about.
what?
Red
If the
Dawn.
Chinese were invading, I would go out there and
Pick
pop
up a
off.
gun.
Yeah. But I mean, if it's just, if
I don't
it's
know how much help I'm going to be. I'm not going to be as much help as Josh Peck.
yeah.
That dude was doing numbers.
Yeah.
But I liked that movie, and it was a remake to a movie that I had never known about.
Yeah, Red
I think it
Dawn.
was also called Red Dawn.
I know that.
Believe it or not,
I do the newer one though. I've watched.
with Josh Peck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro gets skinny and thinks he's better than her.
Yeah. So I mean, if it's like the Chinese attacked, I'm out there. If it's the world's burning and I'm stuck inside, except for my energy goo, like you originally said, then yeah,
Did you not see what the guy was eating? Like, what's his like?
poo.
He was eating poo. It looked like
He
he
like
squeezed it out of the bag and was like,
I was like, oh my god,
bro was eating energy poo. You know, I thought when I saw that, we need the astronauts to have the microwave that they have in Spy Kids, the first Spy Kids.
Everyone needs one of those.
You know, they were like, oh, well, here's
Hamburger.
a Big Mac packet.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing
I
was
like,
sick.
bro, McDonald's.
that thing was sick.
Oh my God, I would love one of those. Who knows what that stuff's made out of?
This movie or this show started with the dad and David, and he's like drawing his kids,
Yeah.
and she like itches her face. He's like, whoa, back in position.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, I can just remember things.
What are the worst hobbies that your parents could have? Drawing you and having to sit there for like an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
Especially if they don't have a photographic memory. This dude apparently had one, and he's still making his kids just sit there.
Any hobby that they were like pull you into to do manual labor?
I would say like if my dad was really into like putting boats in vases.
Oh yeah,
I'd
that's
be like, bro,
about-
this shit's stupid.
I would also be
anyways."
like, yeah, don't come over, man. My dad's
got boats in
he's
bases.
boating.
He's boating again.
He's boating.
Yeah. There
That's a
was
good
a
one.
show I watched and it was like, oh, I used to make model planes, model trains, model all this stuff with my dad. Doesn't sound like a load of fun. Like it's also like it's a much cooler version, but it's also just kind of like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least you can fly it.
That's all it is.
And if you got there and there was a train going around like the whole house,
Yeah.
But
That'd be sick.
it would be.
Oh, I mean, like,
cool.
I mean, like, I just had a vision of my home.
With a train going through it.
Yeah,
I've seen
boring
it before.
holes in drywall.
You are gonna be a creep.
Toot toot. You think I'm gonna be a creep?
A creep for show.
Oh, so I'm like one train away from just like.
Yeah, if you
God.
be like, dude, I can't go over
Oh,
hang out with
God,
Zach
this
anymore.
guy. You're telling me. Okay, I won't even say train. If I had a trail of plastic tubes that hamsters ran
That's
through.
cool.
Okay, what's the difference?
Hamster world, those things are alive.
Yeah, but trains are beasts.
How about the wall?
I've never really like. Okay.
You a huge train guy?
No, don't make me a train guy.
Don't get it twisted.
But if I had a railroad set that went all through my house, you're telling me that wouldn't be kind of beast?
What does Michael Scott call the hamster world thing? Just hamster world?
Yeah, something like that.
That'd be awesome. Michael,
That'd be
you
sick.
Yeah. Or one time we talked about a wall with an ant farm. The whole
Oh,
wall.
I would do that so quick if I knew how to do it.
Imagine if this whole wall was one of those ant farms.
Plexiglass, the art's ever changing. I mean, the
Can you imagine them getting out?
Yeah,
that would
that's
be my
the problem.
nightmare.
There, my mother-in-law just showed me this thing that they had a closing attorney had, where it was this like glass case, and it came off the wall, kind of like your TV, and it had a beehive in it,
What?
and like thousands of bees, and you could see them through this glass wall. And
That's so cool until
Yes.
it's not.
yeah, but I mean, you can make it like bulletproof.
Listen, I
Anyways,
would like.
PVC pipe went to the outside, and so they would fly in the PVC, and that's how they get in.
What?
Oh, so it was their hive was their home, but they would just go outside like they normally do.
Yeah,
That is sick.
they only got into the
as
P.
shit.
It was sick. She
So
showed it
I
to
thought
me.
it was going to end terribly, like the bees got out.
No. They went in there through the PVC and went to the real world.
I feel better about ants than I do bees.
Duh.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay, so we're
For
on
one,
the same page.
you can kill ants real easy. Bees,
Oh, that's awesome.
they're hit or miss.
They're
Two,
places.
you could get stung. How many ants would you rather? How many ant bites would you rather have than one bee bite?
Then one bee bite?
Oh, 100?
100.
Yeah.
About 100 ant
Yeah,
bites.
I mean it's pretty close.
But ant bites are irritating.
Yeah,
as
they
hell,
are, but
bee
like
bites, I'm like,
You're definitely gonna take 10 over 1. You know.
yeah. When you see an ant on your arm, this is what you do. When you see a bee, even in your general vicinity, you're like, get the hell away from me.
Yeah.
What did I do to deserve this? And then there's that one person that's like, just be calm.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
don't-
that's me. Taylor freaks, and I'm like, if you keep doing that, that's just gonna
Oh,
sting
so
you.
you're the.
I'm the big
they're-
calm
they're
guy.
gonna sting you. Oh well, Taylor freaked out at me. I tried to kill a bee, and then she
I
said,
smacked it at her.
"Why'd you smack that at me?" I said, "I didn't even hit the thing."
I know. I said, you gotta calm down.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that thing's gonna sting you.
Oh, Taylor.
Yeah.
It would be terrifying to be allergic to bees. I think Ava's allergic to bees and wasps.
Someone that was allergic to bees went into that closing attorney's office and immediately freaked out. That's what Mona was telling me.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gonna get her to send me a picture.
Yeah, that'd be a tough one to be allergic to. What would be like one thing? Like bees is a tough one.
The sun.
Bully's allergic
Bully's
to the
allergic
sun.
to
Our
the
grandpa's allergic to the sun.
That's
You should see his complexion now, though. Because he's just been guarding himself for the sun for 82
Is
years.
he like super pale?
See,
He looks great.
I didn't notice that he was like super pale.
He's 82 years old, looks like, doesn't look a day over 78.
Yeah. No, for real. Probably the worst thing to be allergic to.
Peanuts, people just make fun of you for.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're like deathly allergic to that.
I know, people are just like, sissy. I think I'm kind of allergic to peanuts because, like,
But you'll never tell anyone.
I don't like to eat. I just told the world. I mean, you know how many people we reach on a day-to-day basis?
Celiac is pretty bad. Gluten.
Not a lot.
Is anyone on Twitch?
Celiac is
5
tough.
people.
Oh.
5? What?
Anyone say anything?
Nah.
Ah. I'm surprised Taylor hasn't ever said
Bodie.
bee stuff. I'm surprised Taylor didn't chime in and say, Zach hit that bee at me and I'm going to kick his ass.
Yeah, all right, but we haven't rated it.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
On 3.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
8.2.
8.5.
Oh.
5-2. What'd you say?
6.
Okay. Okay. Wow, pretty close.
Okay, so we're looking 8.5, 24,
We're looking like 8, 24, 37.
25,
We're looking at like an 8.4.
23, divided by 3.
Yeah.
It's tough with 3.
6, 5. What'd you say? 2?
Yeah, I could go up to.
Stick-
Nah. I could do an 8.4. I'd be fine with an 8.5.
8.5.
I'd be fine with an 8.5.
That sounds good.
That's
So I
all.
round up. I was thinking about an 8.4 before. So I'll round up. We go 8.5 and make it easy.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: as far as the Black Mirror episodes, is this top tier?
It's up there. I thought it was
Is
really-
it top tier?
not top tier. There's probably like, it might make top 10.
Ooh, because I have it in top 5.
Top
What's your
5.
top 5?
Okay, off the top of my head, San Junipero is my all-time favorite.
Which one's that?
Yeah, describe it.
I'm not going to know any of the titles.
when the 2 lesbians went to the digital world.
I'd have to see that one again, but that one I do remember being cool.
That was one of my favorites.
Two lesbians.
Huh?
Top tier.
They were like, what was that? They were like old, and then they,
Yeah,
in real life,
dying.
and then they
They
could,
kept going back to like the ocean.
kind of like what you were saying. Like,
Yeah,
would you go back to this cool world if you're at home world?
but
So-
they uploaded their brains. I think. In
Yeah,
that.
they were dying, didn't
I think they had to be rich, and then you could upload your brain there for good and not die, or you
Yeah.
could die, go to
Just
heaven.
die.
they? For sure.
That's like the movie uploaded or the show uploaded on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's like a group of people, especially like elderly people from when it happened,
Yeah.
and they're like, "No, I do not want to be uploaded. Like, put my brain in like it'd be like you're uploaded by Verizon, and
Yeah.
then you still had like a monthly plan,
Wow.
except for it was way more expensive because you're like cutting into your savings, and the more you want to do in the uploaded world, the more expensive it is.
That was
Mm.
I know. So like
Is
billionaires.
it a TV show?
You never seen it? It's
No.
Beast. Uploaded. So the first season was Beast. Second season was okay. But so like billionaires are like eating like flamingo and like kangaroo at like breakfast just because they have the money to spend.
Yeah.
And then there's people that are like the 2 gig people, and they have 2 gigs per month. And once they run out of 2 gigs, which is like when you think you run out, because if you think too much, it's like just with your phone, but not you.
Yeah.
And like once you run out of gigabytes, you just turn into like a frozen person, black and white.
All right. What are the other ones?
Playtest, which is the scary game one.
That's a good
Oh,
one.
that's me.
That's a good
Scary
one.
House.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
I like White Bear. That's the one with the prisoner. Gets her memory wiped every time.
That's a
They
good
have to run
one.
around with the people like taking video. It's like an amusement park.
Remember, and she's like freaking out because she's like thinks she's the victim, but it turned out she murdered some people, and they were using that as punishment. She's running from some people that were like trying to kill her, and you're like, "What's going on? Why are they trying to kill this girl?" And at the end, she's on the stage, and you're like, announced that she
Shame.
was a murderer, and they erase her memory every morning, and she's nuts.
I
Yeah.
think this episode probably slides in number 4 for me.
Yeah,
What? Damn.
I really like one that you haven't
I feel
mentioned.
like the ones that like are in my top 5 should be like 9s.
The Star Trek one.
Oh yeah.
That's a really
Was
good
the
one.
haunted house one the same one where like the guy like they put like this device in the guy's head and he practically dies immediately?
Yeah.
Okay, that was the haunted house one.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Practically
so, like,
dies immediately.
he
Yeah,
goes
the
through all
opening
the haunted
like
house.
0.1 second.
Yeah, he goes through all this shit in his own mind, and he's living out like a week of horror inside of that house or whatever. But in reality, they put it in his head, and he just died on the spot.
Oh,
in that
wow.
0.7 seconds, it was like
Hell on
Inception or
earth.
some shit. Like he
Yeah.
was in his third dream.
I really like the one with John Hamm, and they're locked in that cabin, and he's telling that guy, the guy's like, "What are we doing here?" Kind of similar thing, erase memory, but you don't know that. And he's like, "What are we doing here?" He's like, "Oh, we've been working here for like months," and then they're like chatting it up in this cabin like the whole episode,
Yeah.
and he ends up like getting him to tell like his life story and whatever, and he tells his, and basically the
One
guy
of them
that
was a criminal and one was getting interrogated.
Yeah, John Hamm was doing an interrogation. He was also in trouble for some stuff, but he worked with the police. So he was doing this, and if he could get this guy to admit his crimes, he was good to go.
Just like
you said this
that.
is your favorite one? Or-
It was my favorite one for a long time.
Just like the Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Which one?
Isn't there one like that? Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can.
Does it not catch me if you can?
So when he's running away from people and he's pretending to be a pilot and pretending to be.
There you go. Pretending to be all these people. That was my correlation.
It's fun though.
Oh, what about the one? I think it's the girl from Black Panther, and she goes to that museum.
Oh,
I
when
mean-
he got that like hologram life sentence.
Yeah, that was her dad, and she was.
Oh,
there.
that was brutal. And then
Yeah.
like they drop out like a little egg, and it's like the person's like spirit.
Yeah,
You like trap the person inside that little thing at the end.
yeah. It was. There's a lot of good
I
ones.
mean, Black Mirror used to be just bangers. When they started falling off is when they did that like Bangladesh movie. That's not the name.
Bandersnatch.
Bandersnatch. That sucked. Did you try and do that with like pick your reality? No, I was like, how do I get this to end, bro?
Also, I didn't care for the
I already said this before.
the episode or the season with Miley Cyrus.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't remember what that one was about, but there was like dolls and they had like some sort of like
I can only remember like one good episode from that season.
Oh, that one only had like a few episodes too,
Yeah.
and stunk.
Was the Miley Cyrus one the same one where they were like
She had a doll that was like her.
people were in like small rooms, like smaller than the room we're in now, and they were watching advertisements on the wall?
No. I know what you're talking about.
But they were like trying to be famous, right? They were like waiting for like an opportunity to like
You mean the
go on
guy?
stage.
He's talking about like the first
One of the guy. Oh, with the guy that you say looks like Chris. He's the main character in that
Is
episode.
he really?
And he
they were, like
bites.
riding on elliptical bikes.
He had to earn points.
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
I don't think you're doing that to be famous, are you?
I thought there was like a performance at the end that everyone
You
was
could-
going
you
at.
could- You could pay your points to go to that thing.
Okay.
And he paid it for that girl that he liked, and then she got a little bit famous on that singing show.
Yeah.
And then-
douched him?
No, then she
Oh,
ended up
thank
doing
God.
pornography,
Slut.
and he loved her. And then and then they would also make you watch like the ad for it.
Oh,
So
so
he
he
would have
popped
to-
up on the ad.
And if he closed his eyes, they would be like, and so he had to watch.
That's like when I'm playing my Candy Crush game and I need an extra life.
You gotta watch the ad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if I like swipe off my like that app,
Mhm.
it'll stop. And they'll be like, "Do you want to stop watching the ad?" Bro, we're already almost there.
Yeah.
Here's a question for y'all before we dive back into this episode. Has Marvel's Secret Invasion actually begun?
I have not seen an episode. Is it good?
Yeah, it's like
I-
4 episodes.
Have you seen any of them?
Oh,
I'm saying, like, has it even started airing? On
yeah,
Disney
yeah.
Plus?
It's like
Can you just
three
confirm?
or four in. Every Wednesday.
What do you
I seen the
think?
first episode, I thought it was alright. You know what I'm saying?
But like, there's 4 episodes and you've only watched 1, so it's not like,
It's not groundbreaking. For sure.
yeah. I mean, like it's weird with advertisements. Like when I see like a movie trailer, I don't want to watch it.
Mhm.
Like I just like it's not even like if it's a movie I'm excited for, I really don't even want to watch the trailer.
Really?
Yeah, I'd almost rather go into it blind. But the
All the
Secret
way.
Invasion dropped 6 minutes worth of trailer. Didn't watch a second of it.
Yeah, and it also had a secret trailer. You had to like have a password.
That's what I'm talking about.
That was a good little marketing scheme. You know, they tell everyone the
Secret
password, but it's
Invasion.
like it's got 6.8 out of 10 on IMDb.
Ooh.
So not great.
Oof.
Oof.
What was your favorite Marvel series so far?
Has
There's
to
only
be-
one right answer.
Yeah, it has to be Loki.
Yeah,
Loki
for
was
sure.
good.
Loki was fire.
And then the only other good one was WandaVision.
Yeah, like Winter Soldier. I
Oh,
don't know.
so bad.
So bad.
So bad.
And like I'm cool with Anthony Mackie being
Now
Captain
you are.
Captain
Since when?
I hate
America.
it. I gotta be honest.
I just don't like
I think
Anthony
it's super
Mackie.
lame. The only reason
I think
would've
he's
been-
lame.
I think Anthony Mackie's I think Anthony is low key lame, but I would have been cool with him if he got Captain America's powers at some point.
He's too old.
He's not that old.
I mean, he's been around since 8 Mile.
He's
He's probably the
mad.
age of Eminem.
He's mad annoying to me. And Clarence had some real nice parents. That's
Yeah.
Anthony Mackie. That's so funny that he's
Clarence
playing.
parents had a real good marriage.
Yeah. But Anthony Mackie is kind of annoying to
He's
me
gotta be, like, 45.
outside of Marvel. Like when he does like interviews, I'm like,
Definitely one of those jokes.
it's like the same thing with like
And his glasses that he wears as
it's
Captain
the same
America,
with Brie
goofy as
Larson.
shit. I didn't even like his character when he was just a side character. Now he's all up in our face being the main guy.
And he's like one of only like 5 dudes that are left in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay, that's my next question. It's like Who exactly is the Avenger team right
A bunch of chicks.
Bunch of women.
now?
Imagine the dude Avengers and then the girl version of all of them.
Yeah.
That's probably
Like Miss Marvel, like if they try and give her more airtime, bro, I can tell you what's gonna happen. Or Captain Marvel, not Miss Marvel, but she's also just as
Maybe
bad.
Miss Marvel now.
Miss Marvel is bad. That
I never-
series, I watched the first episode and I was like, okay, this could be okay. And then I was like, when is this shit gonna end?
I haven't watched a lot.
She-Hulk,
I haven't
bro,
watched
I had to
She-Hulk.
turn
Haven't
off
watched Miss
She-Hulk.
Marvel. They just got so bad after.
Like when she twerked with Megan the Stallion, bro, like I mean,
Like, what are we doing?
yeah, I was like, I'm not about this.
Yeah.
And it was like, I'm a woman, you gotta treat me with respect. And then she would go on a date and be like, you got a condom? Her first date, bro, she was like, yo, I am down to clown. And I'm like, bro, what kind of message are we sending?
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, respect me. I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Respect me.
It's just
And then
not the
it's like,
same.
hey,
They want to
you
be.
fucking or not? I'm sorry.
It's just not the same when a girl's banging a lot of dudes as when a dude's banging a lot of girls.
It's the same with female comedians.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying because like you can be like, oh, I'm a player too. I'm a girl. Well, duh. Every girl ever could bang as many dudes as she wants.
It's true.
It's only cool when a dude does it because it's kind of hard to bang as many
Oh,
chicks
yeah.
as he wants.
That's pretty good, pal.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, go on Tinder, you swipe 10 times, you got 8 matches.
You're killing it.
I go on Tinder, I swipe 10 times, I got 0 matches.
Same. Same thing. Like
I'm mining for gold out here.
if you heard of like a high school student, a dude banging his teacher, you would just be like,
You're like, hey,
hey, that's pretty cool.
let's
But if
see-
you were
let's see
the
a picture of
opposite,
her first.
Lock her up.
yeah, if you,
Oh no, the opposite.
if you were the opposite, you'd be like, dude, you are a freak.
You're a sick
But
mom.
lock him up and throw away the key.
And he's probably gonna get beat up by every other dude. Like
Facts.
it's like
Yeah.
something about like a jacket. They're like, hey, does he have a jacket? And they're like, yeah, he's got a jacket. And they're like, okay, we gotta beat the shit out of this guy.
Why are they talking in code about the jacket, and then all of a sudden they'll just talk about beating the shit out of him? Like they'll
No,
have a
it's
code for
like-
that too.
I think the
He got a jacket. Then let's
I
take
think maybe the police or like the organization, like they go into the prison and they're like, oh, we gotta label this guy in a way, and then the police are fine with it. Like, let's say there's like a child molester like in a cell.
I always wondered how they figured out because child
It's like
molesters
a
aren't going to
jacket.
prison. Like, what you here for, man? And like,
I honestly think that's how it was. It's just like-
Yeah, but if
they ain't
But
telling.
also, if it's like, if you're in it for something like that, where you know, like, because people nowadays, they would know what, like, situations are going to get you into a ton of trouble in prison.
Yeah,
They would just be like, oh, I like petty theft.
yeah.
Like, I robbed a gas station.
30 years.
I want
Petty
the
theft.
guards to be like, hey, he's in here for it.
No,
That's what
I
I think
bet
Zach's
you
saying.
they do.
Zach saying
Like-
that they say he wears a
I
jacket.
bet in, like,
And,
most high, like, security facilities, the prisoners run the prison and the security guards just watch it.
Just watch minutes.
Like if there was a pedophile on deck, I bet you the security guards would tell the baddest moth they know inside of that prison, and that dude would be either beaten to a pulp or beaten to death.
Maybe. Happens.
Hey,
All right.
justice.
So, anyways, back to the show. They're going back to their robots. David's family gets murdered by hippies. David comes back. He's super depressed. Cliff's like, yo, to his wife, David looks like he might commit suicide. And if that happens, I'm dead.
Because
Because
there's a lot of stuff. He's the tech
it's
guy.
a two-man ship.
I'm like the engineer.
And first question, if that happened in real life, like, do they have, like, on a spaceship, they're like, this thing's going to be gone for a long time. What if everyone just dies except for one dude? You think that it would really be like you're screwed, or would it be possible to...
Save him?
No, I think they're definitely screwed. No
Oh,
way.
bro, they're not like okay. So,
So
like,
if a guy up in space right now, there's 3 guys on a spaceship, and one of
And
them
it's a
dies of a
3-guy
heart
team.
attack. Yeah, it's a 3-guy team.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that they would really, like, have it to where if a guy just dies of, like, natural causes that you're screwed?
okay, you know what? I think the more numbers of crew members that are on the ship, the
Better
more likely
chances.
your chances are. In
Um,
this situation, if David died, Jesse is screwed.
Okay, well, let's say it's the same exact situation, but in real life. Do you think that would really be a thing?
I think we abandoned that guy.
It's like, hey, man, we gotta hope for the best. This guy will not die, or else you too will die.
Well, actually, I don't know.
I think so, because think of the amount of like money, resources, and different people you had to send up there just to rescue them.
How
I'm not
many,
thinking that.
like-
I'm not saying that. I'm just thinking maybe there's like a in real life. Maybe they can control some stuff from home.
Oh,
Maybe
like a
they.
remote
Yeah,
type
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
a remote landing.
Maybe.
Oh, we should definitely have a remote landing at this point. But also, so let's say in this scenario, so in this episode, we have two guys in space. If one guy dies, it's kind of like mission over.
Yeah,
You know,
it's done.
they would care more about the structure that they're in than the human being.
Oh, for sure. That thing's billions of dollars. That's human.
So the only reason they go up to save it is like they would bring the whole structure down.
yeah.
They wouldn't just go up there and be like, "There's an astronaut stranded in space." They would be like, "No, you know what?
I'm not saying that they would ever rescue mission. For one, that would be impossible. They're probably like
We've
thousands
seen
of
some
miles
rescue
away.
missions in some movies.
In space.
Do you want to do our
Best
Our-
space movies.
top 12?
Yeah.
All right, you got your list.
Yeah.
All right, so Chris,
All right,
did
Chris, you go
start.
first.
And
All right, John. Okay, relax. John's gonna be mad about that one. John, flip the coin. I go heads.
All right. It's heads.
All right, so John's third, and you just took his favorite movie of all time.
It is the best space movie of all time.
All right, Chris. Is
He already
going-
said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
so this is.
Interstellar went first.
All right, so
to Chris.
we're gonna rewind because Chris kind of jumped the gun a bit.
Hey, I was told I was going first.
Yeah, but then you were just like, "Interstellar."
Hey.
There's things we gotta prep for clips.
Okay, my bad.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Knights of the Round Table Best Space Movies. We had to pick 12. Towards the bottom of our 12, I'm sure for y'all, it's a mess. But
It's a
Chris,
lot.
Chris, hit us.
Okay, first draft pick is Interstellar.
First draft pick, Interstellar. I'm gonna go Wally.
That was
Wow.
on my list.
Yeah. Towards the bottom though.
For
Really?
Sure. For
Damn.
sure.
That was my number 2.
I'm gonna go Armageddon.
Ooh.
Bane, seen that movie.
Oh, then you're missing out.
I gotta go Martian.
That was my number 3.
Gotta go Martian.
All right, this one, nah, I'm not gonna pick that one yet. I'm gonna go Star Wars.
Which one?
Okay, yeah, okay.
I was trying. I was
So glad
hoping.
you said
I
that.
was hoping y'all didn't say.
No,
anything.
no,
All right,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
there's
go
12
Star
movies on
Wars,
my-
A New Hope.
Okay.
Is that the first one?
It's
That's
one of the
one
better
the
ones.
right?
Is that the first one?
No, it's one. Maybe.
It's one of the.
I just wrote it down. It was number 1 on the list I saw, so I wrote it down.
I think that's episode 4,
Okay.
which is the first one ever. I'm gonna go Endgame.
See, they go to space. That's
It's
good
a
guess.
lot of
That's a good
space.
one.
It's
I
a.
was about to say Infinity War.
I take that next because that was next on my list.
Okay.
It's a lot of
Y'all are
space.
some
It's
punks.
a lot of space.
There's a lot.
Y'all are some punks.
I was drawing the line somewhere, but I was like, that is a lot of space.
That is. That's
All right. We're good. Yeah.
He did Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Yeah, I did.
All right. Call of Duty.
Call
Call
of
of
Duty.
Duty.
Call of Duty. Mission Space.
Just another franchise. Just another franchise. All right, I'm gonna go. I got The Martian twice on my list. I just realized. All right, I'm gonna go Life with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, I forgot
That
that
was a
movie.
beast
That was a
movie.
good one.
That was a beast movie. I'm good taking that in 3.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Arrival.
What was that?
It's that one where that spaceship comes to Earth.
Oh, and they're all
they're
like
talking to them. They're
squids.
squids.
Yeah.
That movie slaps.
And the red haired girl. is
Yeah,
like
I
a
don't know her
professor at the
name.
start.
Yeah.
But she's like a family of famous people.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
I got Ad Astra, the Brad Pitt space movie.
I never saw Ad Astra, but I hear it's good.
I like it.
All right. Is this our 4th pick?
Yeah, I
Third?
think so.
Not. Shit. 4th.
Yeah. It's your,
All
it's your
right.
fourth
I'm
pick.
in between 2. You know what? I'm gonna go Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius.
That's hilarious. Okay. Are we doing?
We're the kids of America. Whoa.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
We're doing obscure titles now.
I'll go Space Jam.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was so.
That was my
grateful
number
about
4. That was my number 4.
But
I
They didn't really go to space.
I'm gonna blow your mind with this one.
all right,
Thor.
is it
You guys
third?
know?
Yeah, where they play that game.
Oh, with the board game?
Yeah. I seen it. I was like, I had to say it.
Bro, I thought you were gonna hit us with Hidden Figures.
Which one's Hidden Figures?
It's this black lady, and she's like,
She does the math for them to go to.
Oh yeah, 3 of them though, right?
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I already know. Like, I watched this video so many times. Never watched.
What's
the
that
movie.
girl's name with the crazy eyes? She like plays that scary mom. It's I think in a movie called Mother or something. Oh, she's in that
Olivia
movie.
Spencer?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know exactly. who
Yeah,
you
yeah.
Olivia Spencer.
I got you.
I'm gonna be able to look it up before you can.
I feel like maybe it was in Dinner for Schmucks, and I'm like, man.
She does have some crazy eyes. I was thinking like the girl from like Orange Is the New Black, where she's like known for just being.
This lady, Olivia Spencer, she's in.
If I could see.
Oh, it's tough seeing it up there, bro. Especially with the
The
light.
nice screen on your little screen. That's definitely who I'm
She
talking
doesn't
about. Though.
have crazy eyes. She just has like.
Yeah.
I thought she did. No, she
So
doesn't.
she's like the.
Look over in Dinner for Schmucks. I think she has crazy eyes. She's like, got her eyes wide open the whole time. She's in Spider-Man 1 from like 2001.
Oh really?
I just saw her. She like checks him in at the box when he's fighting that guy. You know?
Oh, like in the.
And she's
the steel cage match.
Yeah. And she like checks him in.
Oh, that picture is
That
not
picture-
too flattering.
Yeah, see?
No, mute it.
you're gonna get us canceled.
I just wanted to see your face.
Yeah, dude. She definitely. This is This is why I thought she had crazy
a
eyes.
fortune teller or something.
I think she can like
Oh,
speak
she
with dead
talked to
people.
birds. Oh, like feel bird. Like
Dead
feel
people, I
animal
think.
pain.
Ah.
No, because I feel like she's like complaining about what the birds feel.
Yeah, that's the woman.
Yeah, but she doesn't have like too crazy eyes.
No,
She-
but in that she did.
yeah.
Do you have anything on your list not mentioned?
Oh, not mentioned.
We didn't mention any of the Guardians of the Galaxy, but
No, I had Passengers with Chris Pratt and Jennifer
that was
Lawrence,
a good one.
which is the reason that he got divorced.
Is it really?
Uh,
Or are you just bullshit?
Hey, I'm not Hollywood. I'm not Hollywood. But like they got divorced like pretty soon after. Like he just spent like a year. Let's say it takes a year to film a movie with Jennifer Lawrence.
I think the
Know what
reason
I'm
he got
saying? Now
divorced
his
is
old
because
lady.
I think the reason he got divorced is because he had a wife when he was fat, and then he got handsome, and he was like,
I could do a lot better.
Yeah,
And he could. Anna Faris.
yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Anna Faris is not as attractive as Arnold Schwarzenegger's
At
daughter.
one point, Anna Faris was was better looking than Chris Pratt, and then at some point, tides turned.
Chris Pratt got so skinny for Guardians of the Galaxy that they had to like write it into Parks and Recreation.
Yeah, I
He
just
was
thought
like, "Oh, I just stopped drinking beer."
Yeah,
And
something
then
like
It
that.
was like he lost 60 pounds.
Yeah.
And then it ended. Thank God it did because I hate Amy Poehler.
Okay. You hate Amy Poehler?
No, I just don't like her.
Why?
Don't make me talk about it. I met her one
I
time.
got a question. I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Is Treasure Planet a space movie?
Yes.
It's a whole new planet.
Absolutely. And honestly, you could have dropped that first and I would have respected you.
Treasure Planet's that good?
Treasure Planet is an absolute fire movie. It's
Very
space
sad.
pirates, bro. You don't remember Treasure Planet?
No.
Oh man,
I
that
can
was
picture the
beast.
guy.
So
Oh,
I
my
wrote
goodness.
2001 Space Odyssey, just being a little punk ass bitch. Yeah, for real, because I've never seen it.
That
but,
movie's from like the 60s.
I know, and it's on the IMDb top 100, so I'm sure it's beast.
I think it's like a informational joint.
Nah, you're dumb. Sorry, you're not.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming out tonight. Alien, I wrote Alien.
That one Star Trek was pretty good.
I wrote Space Jam, and I didn't say it because I thought you guys would have been like,
No,
They
no,
go to
okay.
space.
I loved Space Jam when I was a kid.
Yeah, everybody loved Space Jam when they were a kid.
It was great.
The only thing better was Space Jam 2.
No, that was terrible.
Let's get
All
back
right.
to the show.
Yeah, back to the show. So he's like, I'm worried he's gonna commit suicide, then I'm screwed. And his wife's like, well, what if you give him your link and he can come be you for a little bit?
Was it the wife's idea or
Yeah.
the husband's idea?
Yeah, because he was like,
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Yeah, I'd be like, what the hell do you want?
Yeah. What do you want a different me for?
Yeah. So it was her idea, but immediately when you heard her suggest that, you knew, oh god, this is gonna be really
This is
bad.
gonna be bad.
Yeah. So
Different dude in his body.
yeah,
Gives her everything she wants.
yeah. What do you? Yeah.
I honestly thought it was gonna be a one and done.
So
Well-
obviously, there's a ton of things that could go wrong in this situation. You know, like
Oh, I thought it was a
yeah.
one and done too.
If you give it to this guy, maybe he bangs your wife. Maybe
He was trying.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
bro, give him, like I said in my plot summary, give him an inch, they take a mile. And like, this is like a whole different scenario.
Yeah.
It's not like he's gonna be like, oh, bro, thank you. I won't need fresh air for another year after
Yeah.
you just helped me out that one time. He's gonna be like, yo, hey man,
Think I go back?
I drew this picture.
Finding excuses.
I really think I could do like something special for y'all just as like a thank you.
Mm-hmm.
If you let me just hang out around your family for like, I don't know, like,
just lost my family.
yeah, like once an hour or like an hour a day.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Because like
An hour a week.
an hour a week,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is
Very
small.
minimal. I would have
Yeah,
had
but
no
it's-
problem telling him, yeah.
I would have given.
I
I
would've-
would have said yeah too.
My first thing I would have thought, though,
first
is
mistake.
this guy's going to see my penis.
Yeah.
In fact, he's going
Oh,
to
geez,
touch
I
my
hope
penis.
I hope my wiener's bigger than this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. Unless I didn't give it to your robot one, because they asked and he didn't answer.
Oh
The
yeah.
hippies were like, do you have a penis?
I'd be like, yo, give me
A
like
huge
give me like a
penis.
7-inch wiener and take 3 inches off. It's too much right now.
Hey man, edit the ween.
Hey, listen.
I'm gonna need a smaller ween.
Yeah, I'm gonna need something smaller,
But yeah, that was my
just
first
more
thought.
manageable.
This guy's gonna see your ween.
I got another question for you guys. So
Yeah.
at the end, did you think the family knew it was the other guy?
I thought
Or
the kid knew.
Did you?
You mean
So,
when,
like, the kid
when
was,
the
like,
murder
creeping?
happened?
Yeah. Did you
Yeah,
think,
yeah,
Dad
yeah.
came home and
Oh.
Oh, even
Well,
sadder.
obviously the mom knew.
Yeah, for sure. But like, imagine the kids. It's like.
I mean,
like,
he's
yeah.
gone anyways,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
I think the kid, like, so the kid was like creeping on their conversation, and there was also like a weird hour every month where his dad would just like go out and start painting,
Yeah.
and like the kid knows the situation, like he knows the news situation with like this guy's kids just got murdered, his wife and kids just got murdered, so I feel like the kid may have known, but like when like the kid messed up his painting, and then the David smacked
I'll tell you,
him.
your dad just started painting this good.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen the fate ever.
Yeah, and all of a sudden he's
Come on.
Picasso.
But like I would never be able to tell unless it was like the situation we were in.
Yeah.
So like if everybody was like being like coded and it was like I'm not sure if that person's real or not because like the whole community knew. They were like, "Yo, are you?" They said David.
They knew his name.
Yeah, it was David something, but it was the guy who paints all the pictures.
Yeah. What?
I'm so lost.
He's like Bob
Yeah.
Ross, so it was David Ross.
Yeah.
So Bob Ross is like the guy that's like, now we're gonna take it easy and paint a little bit of trees.
Right.
So like that was my first thought when he started painting. I was like, this dude is like the third descendant of Bob Ross. But turns out he's just an astronaut with a photographic memory who's also a psychopath. How smart can you be before you turn to a psychopath? You think there's a limit?
I think it's a lie.
Like there, like I'm
once
sure,
you get
like
this smart, you're a psycho.
I'm sure, like most of the psychopaths are wicked freaking smart.
Maybe.
Well, I think there's a lot of savants and they're kind of like tiptoe savant.
Yeah, the Zodiac killer. That dude hasn't been caught yet.
Wow,
he's
that
wicked
is so
smart.
crazy. What year did that happen?
I don't know. He's probably dead by now.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
You would have definitely been like, bro, even if I was like a government official, I'm sure the government has secrets on secrets from us. But if I was a government official and I was on my deathbed, I'd be like, moon landing, not real. George Bush, lizard.
So,
Mark Zuckerberg, lizard.
But at what point
Lizard.
do they like go after your family? It's like, did he say anything before you go?
True.
Yeah, you
See,
forgot
now you
about
got
that.
generations of grandkids.
Yeah.
So if you want to do it right as a government official, you got to never get married. You got to go through your whole entire life alone. And then on your deathbed, you have to drop atom bombs
To who though?
to the world and then hope that it gets out. But honestly, it probably won't.
Well, how are you gonna drop it to the world? Put a Facebook post, 10 people like it and share it.
Yeah,
Oh, if you're like,
it's crazy.
if you got a name,
Huh?
it's like if Buzz Aldrin
Yeah.
never had a family, never had grandchildren, never had anything that he would want to
Yeah.
like preserve,
Mhm.
like protect. Then on his deathbed, he goes, "We never landed on the moon."
He's already said that, and I just don't think people believe him.
Yeah, he's like
He's just
like
an
a green-
asshole because he feels bad that no one talks about him.
Buzz Aldrin.
Like Neil
Yeah,
Armstrong, and then,
true.
yeah,
It's always Neil.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that I always get a little bit confused between like Neil Armstrong and the other Lance.
Lance, his bicycle, and there's Louis.
Yeah, one testicle.
Yeah, because he cheated.
Yeah, he cheated, so he cut off his testicle. Yeah.
So-
So let's get back to the episode.
He's going there. Guy's like, fine, I'll let him do it. He looks like he's gonna kill himself. I need him to cheer up. So he sends him back. Guy has a great time. You could almost immediately tell the wife already looked like she was low key digging him right out the gate.
Off the gate, like
you were
he
hugging at that
turned on-
tree, and you were like, "That's too much hugging."
But he turned on the French music, and she like stops in the middle of a farm, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Ooh,
yeah,
I get used to this."
yeah. So you already were like, "Damn, she's gonna bang this guy. She's gonna bang her husband, and it's
I
gonna
mean,
be cheating."
we all knew
yeah,
she didn't do it,
no,
but also like if I was
Shocking.
like if I was a husband and I was a fly on the wall,
yeah.
I would have still been mad about what happened.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, like,
For
it was
sure.
like-
Slow dancing in the bar.
And, like-
no.
And like we saw this dude's finger magic at the start of the episode.
Yeah.
But like his wife was just standing there having the time of her life.
Teaching her to paint from behind.
Yeah, he's slick with the sticks. This dude's got he's got a 2-seam fastball ready to go. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
So finally, after a few visits, he comes on to her, and she's accepting at first, but then she turns him
She's
down.
like, "You're not my husband," and then she really like.
it would be a little confusing.
So I would
Guys
have
dressed-
respected her after if I could have seen the whole thing. I would have been like, okay.
She's like, You're
Good enough
a
job.
freaking.
Question:
Con
do
man.
you think that she only didn't do it because it was her husband's body? Had he had
Oh.
came back,
Oh.
Interesting.
He was a pretty good
Would
looking
she-
guy.
I mean, like it was a lot easier for her to say no because, like,
She's
I
because
don't know. I think
in
it was
fact,
harder for
she
her
was,
to say no.
No. I think Chris got a point because she's like accepting getting kissed on the neck, and then she turns around and sees her husband's face. She's like, "Whoa!" You
Yeah.
know?
So okay, yeah. So she's
So
like,
she had seen that guy's face. Like
she was like,
kind of
"Oh, I'm
expecting.
committing infidelity," and then she turned around, and saw her husband, and was like,
Like, oh,
"This is the person I'm trying to hide it from."
yeah,
Yeah, that makes
Exactly.
sense. So I mean, like the whole thing, like the whole time, I'm like in caps locks on my notes, just being like, "You let your wife go sit in your home, like even an hour, bro." And I mean, he was in the barn, but like I sent a message to myself, like we just write notes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, she better not be in that house the next time he pulls up.
Yeah,
And then he pulls up, and she's like, "We're going to the pool."
smart.
Made sense.
For sure.
I knew somebody was dying at the end of this episode.
Yeah. But I always thought it was
gonna
gonna be
Jesse.
Cliff.
I did too.
Yeah,
Just murder Jesse and try and like take over his life as much as possible.
So meanwhile, while this guy's hitting on his wife, Cliff back on base finds the
Jesse?
drawings.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was so.
Oh
And
yeah,
the drawings, and they get worse and worse.
and he's always like, The thing we saw when the first time he drew a picture was like his house, like the left elevation of his house, drawn perfectly. And he's like, yo, I have a photographic memory. The question I had about that is the wife's nipples.
I think he was just daydreaming, but from like Jesse's perspective, it's like, oh, you. I
Yeah, but maybe. Yeah, but what if you looked at the wife's nipples? And like, so Jesse drew the like the dude drew the picture of the wife's nipples, right?
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh, that's not what my wife's nipples look
I don't
like.
even think that occurred because it's like,
Well,
It's way too much."
naked.
Right?
Not unless she had specialty nips and he got them way off.
Yeah.
Like really small ones, and he did
Really
them
big
more
ones.
like medium size, and
Yeah.
he'd be like, "Nah, that ain't right."
They were like,
Everything else is perfect, and you ruin the nips.
mhm.
So she probably had like fairly normal nips, and he just nailed
He
it.
gets on the boobs and he gets on the nips.
Boobs you can guess on, you can see them, the shape of them from the outside.
Can you?
Oh, you have a good idea of which girls are knocked out, and which girls aren't.
Yeah, but you also have a girl, a larger girl. Okay, we're going on top.
But how bold you have to be to draw another man's wife naked?
And like
it's
in
just-
the like, he didn't even like zip. I mean, like these houses are like tents. Like
You
they just
just-
have these little pods where you can unzip it. He
put
left it-
had hanging on the wall.
I know, like he had.
At first, I thought he did.
I thought he did. I thought it was gonna be
I was like,
like
holy shit, that's
kids
bold.
on the wall, but it was his family. And then he's like, "Oh, okay, that's fine." Then he sits down, sees
Didn't
like
even
it,
try to hide it.
sees his spank bake on the side of his bed.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was bad.
And
Now,
he's like, "Oh, bro, like that would piss you off so much."
It's so douche too.
And he always shook his hand afterwards.
Oh, dog.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. I really love your wife. Honestly, like, how much time has passed? Like, the dude grew out a beard, but like his wife just got two of his kids and
I was
his
guessing
wife
just
just
a few
got
months.
massacred. And like a few months later, he's like, "That's the one for me."
Yeah,
That
I
girl
think
right
he was,
there.
I mean, he was in a weird space.
Yeah,
You got to cut him a lot of slack. They're
I
in
try
space.
to cut him slack, but then I'm always like, "Dude, you're freaking me out."
Yeah, he was freaky, but I mean, they were trapped in space. His life sucked without what he had going on.
Oh,
Now all he had to
absolutely.
do was not really screw it up.
For 4 years.
Yeah, I would have been like,
Bro, you would have
dude,
gone freaking bonkers.
how about you go into town for a little bit? Maybe like go out to a bar, meet some ladies, and then occasionally, when you're here, you go meet a girlfriend or something
Yeah.
instead of trying to bang my wife. Why don't you go
No,
find your
so
own?
here's the deal. This is what his conversation at the bar would have been like. This isn't me.
I'm actually in a skin
I'm
suit.
actually about 6'4". I'm a lot more built.
You gotta describe how you
Yeah, like I look really good. But if you like my personality enough, we could really make this work in about 4 years.
Everybody knows you though. They knew these guys, so you can be like,
Oh,
"I'm
they
actually
were
the
like,
other
"Oh,
guy.
can I touch
you
your-"
might have saw my family died. You saw that I was handsome on the newspaper. I'm really tall. I'm really rich."
I thought the hippies were gonna kill this squad. That might have been my first thought.
Oh, that the hippies were going to kill him.
And then I was
my
like,
first thought that he was going back to kill the hippies.
and they turned themselves in. I mean, you're only halfway done.
Yeah, you only killed. I think they didn't know where the other guy was.
Yeah, he
That's
was
what
off
he
the
did
grid.
smart.
He was like Hawkeye in
Yeah.
yeah,
He was way off the
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Said that again.
So when this guy gets back from trying to bang the guy's wife, he
He's like, "What's up?"
Jesse
Oh,
Where
it's your day.
where?
That's
Jesse.
another thing. I wish the wife would have came clean the moment it happened.
Yeah.
Oh, she should have definitely come
She
clean
just
the
told-
moment it happened.
She was like, he hit our son, so he
That
can't
was like
come
the
back.
way she wanted him to
And
get
he was
out.
like, that's fine.
He was like, "Oh, I beat the shit out of that kid."
You probably deserve it.
so it didn't work the way she was hoping.
Oh, my.
Yeah,
But-
but she should have known. Jesse.
When that guy gets back, Jesse tells him off, and he's like, "You're never going back." Blah blah blah.
Starts saying a lot of hoopla too.
What do you mean?
He's like, "She said that the sight of you disgust her."
Yeah, you make her.
Yeah, you make her
I
uncomfortable.
think
She
that was
doesn't
so
ever want to
stupid.
see you again.
There's no way you would do that. Like you're on the ship with this guy, trapped. You might just have to
Bro,
give in
I
to
was
whatever he
thinking
wants.
more about my real life on the ship more than I was thinking about like because they gave him way too much ground. Like, I would have been like, listen, dude, like, you can still go to the real world for an hour,
Yeah.
but you cannot talk to my wife or kid. Like, there's like, you got to meet some sort of median at that point. Because,
I don't think
like,
they could even let this guy do. Like, you couldn't tell him off like that. What if he murders you?
I was like, oh, I thought he was going to stab. Like, so they needed him back on. David needed Jesse back on the ship, right?
To do the same for the same reason.
So he sent that emergency. Let's just talk about that. So Jesse is like, did you bang him? Like, he's talking to his wife in the real world, and she's like, no, he didn't touch me. And they kind of go back to a little bit of normal. And then he gets an emergency on his wristwatch, which is like the easiest way for David to get him back on the ship.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, Cauldron 4 has like a little hole in it. Like, we got hit by
I
something.
thought he was going to leave him out there.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Absolutely. That's a.
It
And
wasn't
I thought he was gonna
until
just be-
I was like, oh, he's like tied on, and he was coming back, and I was like, holy shit! I was like, he just killed his family. When I looked like he was about to get back on.
You
the
were
ship.
there?
Right at that point when he's out there. I'm like, he just left because he left his thing. I was like, he just
When he's knocking on the
I would
door
have
in
never taken
silence,
off my
bro.
thing. That was so stupid. You know what that freak's like.
Oh
now.
yeah. Either
I'd be like, I'm
either
gonna wear
that
this out in
like
space.
either that SIM card, let's call it a SIM card,
Yeah.
like it dies with me,
Yeah.
and he's like, where's my SIM card?
There's no
And
way.
pulls it out his like pocket.
It's like,
Yeah,
what'd
and
you
it's like,
do?
what the hell did you just do?
Blood everywhere.
Which was like nuts because when he comes back and he's like just distraught from what he just saw, and like the dude just scoots out a seat to him, being like, now you know.
Yeah.
Now you know what I feel like.
Yeah, but it's different for this guy because this guy, when he gets home, he's going to jail for murdering his family.
Yeah, but also it's
I
like,
didn't even think of
There's
that.
no way that you could be
Convince
like,
them,
yeah.
oh no, my partner did it.
no, there's no way. So they had about 4 years left, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
I would be dead.
Just die in space.
So if I was Jesse,
I'm not hanging out with that guy.
I would murder him on the spot. And if I didn't win, I'd be like, you know what? You're right. And like this dude's built like John, and I'm built like me. I'm Jesse. You're David.
Yeah.
I would be like, okay, I get it now. I mean, this is ridiculous, but we got to get back to Earth safely. Like, we have a mission to do. The next day, I would find the sharpest object I could, and I would stab you in the neck.
Yeah.
And then I would just, like, I'd be like, I'm dead now.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point for me to move on. There's no point. I think David kind of wanted to die.
That guy is like, especially since Cliff, as soon as he gets home, he's going to jail for the rest of his life.
There's a level of psychopath that correlates with intelligence, just like there's a girl that can be so hot and so crazy, and you see that little scale.
Yeah.
That's intelligent people, bro. You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Thank God.
But
We're
yeah,
all
when
fine.
he tells him
It's
off,
not just me. You guys won't be psychopaths either. You're not that. You're not Einstein
I mean,
smart.
like Elon's kind of weird, and it's because it's just like.
But Elon's been doing some work for the United States recently, and they're trying to shut him down. Like all the stuff he's releasing that Twitter wouldn't. Like Elon got in control, and he was like, "I'm dropping all of these," and then people had to speak up for it.
I don't know what you didn't say anything.
A bunch of like they once Elon came into Twitter, they had to like have like this hearing that was about like media stuff that was like held off, and like how much they paid the CIA that year, like of the election last year, and all this other stuff that like pretty much proved that like there was like some type of like debauchery. But
The election?
yeah,
What does that have to do with Elon Musk?
he owns Twitter.
What does that have to do with Twitter?
Well, once he started owning Twitter, Twitter had to prove that they were paying the CIA for all this stuff.
They had to tell, not prove.
Yeah, they had to tell. So
Okay.
they were like, is it confirmed that the CIA withheld this media from the public? Yeah. And they were like, yes, that's true.
Ah.
There you go.
So whenever Elon was buying Twitter, they had to reveal all their secrets.
It was
Legally.
after. It was after he owned it, and he was like, yo, drop it.
Oh, okay. So he had access to the information.
Right.
Said that Twitter was cheating during the election.
Correct.
All right.
or at least like paying the CIA. Twitter was paying the CIA so much that there was a division in Twitter for the CIA specifically.
The CIA was paying Twitter so much?
No,
Why
Twitter was paying the CIA so much to withhold media information that there was a division inside of Twitter.
Why was Twitter paying the CIA when Twitter's the one giving the information? They're the ones who can hold it. Your story's got some holes.
All right, well, I'm going off a video I saw, but it was like it was a court case.
Yeah.
It'd be like if you try to describe like the O.J. Simpson trial right now, except for I was alive for it.
Well, I feel like I could do better there.
All right, well, moving on. I'll send y'all videos later.
Anyways,
I promise it's true.
when that guy, he made the biggest mistake telling the guy off. Unfortunately,
Oh,
even though
Jesse.
you want to tell the guy off, I think you have to be like, you got to ease. You're trapped with him.
You gotta
can
back
murder
up. Oh,
You gotta,
there was
like-
no.
I'm like, hey, let me go back. Let me talk to my wife.
The second you
Most-
gave him any ounce of freedom,
Yeah,
it was over.
yeah,
Like there was no like, there's no. I'm sitting beside your little pod, as like the husband,
yeah,
watching this guy be me for 30 minutes.
yeah.
Like you're like knock knock knock. Like I don't know even how you escape it, but it's like you gotta leave, dude. You gotta get out of my body so I can be in my body. And then like the whole thing was just ridiculous. Like there's no way you could let that dude do anything. You would have had to like, and this sucks for him because he had his wife and 2 kids murdered.
Uh-huh.
But you would have had to just be like, no. For all this to work out, there might have been no way for this to work out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, you tell him no, you never bring it up. Maybe it works out, and he never even thought about it. But
No. He's already fallen in love with your wife.
this is before he offered the hour.
Oh, well, if he never thought to do it, then maybe that would have worked.
And just let him be depressed until he kills himself. I mean, like,
well,
this dude
hopefully
was
he would
like,
have gotten out of his depression on his own.
he was like in this airlock, like looking up like a zombie.
And I think that's part of the reason why he let him get in his body.
Yeah, he was like,
You
this
go
is
kill yourself,
sketch.
we're fucked. And
We're
my-
screwed.
My home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways, that was the episode. It was good.
I like it.
8.5.
Is that where we're ending it?
Yep.
Love it.
All right.
I got a game.
All right.
It's just a quick game. I thought of this the other day because I was watching something. All right. This segment is called One Episode Guy.
Okay.
I'm going to show you a guy that you've seen before, and you're just going to have to tell me one thing that he's in.
Oh, let's see. I got you.
And you're on your phone?
Yeah. But I
Okay.
picked this guy specifically for this reason because I saw that guy and I was like, I've seen that guy. I said, where the hell have I seen that guy before?
Now I'm nervous.
Okay, so this is the guy. I think you'll recognize him.
Okay. I don't
You
recognize
know?
him.
Is this guy?
Oh, that's Bertram from
Do you really know this guy?
No, is that Bertram?
Do you recognize this guy though?
Hey Jesse,
What's that?
Disney show.
Oh, he's in a Disney show?
It's that where that kid died.
This guy, I don't know what kid died where.
Okay. Hey Jesse, a kid died in Hey Jesse. He was also the
That's
kid
the
in
name of
Grown
the
Ups.
show?
Yeah, Hey Jesse. You don't remember
This
that?
guy's name is Richard Reel. He has been in like 400 things.
400?
Yeah.
He had to have been like extra in most of it.
No, he has like I just watched him in a show. I just saw him in Barry, so you can't name that
Okay.
one anymore.
Okay.
He's in Barry. He's the warden of the prison that he's in at the end. And I was like, I've seen this guy before. I'm like, I'm sure he's played Santa Claus. He looks, and he had. But
He did?
yeah, but I was like scrolling all the stuff he's been in. And I was like, I haven't seen like any of this stuff. There would be like Law and Order, and then like all the stuff, and he'd be in like one episode of like every show ever.
Yeah.
True Renaissance.
That was the one picture?
I can't think of a million of them. If I could, it would
Oh,
be
there
too
was
easy.
only one guy.
Yeah,
That was the one game.
No, this game is a running game that you can't like force it, otherwise it would be too easy.
Okay, I'm just saying that was the one portion of the game.
Yeah. It's called One
All right,
Episode
I got.
Guy.
Is that like every podcast thing? Guess that obscure.
I guess now it is.
I mean,
Well-
that'd be cool.
Well, the thing about it is, I had to be watching Barry and then be like, I've seen that guy before, and not be able to figure it out. Normally, if I'm like, I've seen that person before, I can figure it out.
Right.
So it's a unique game. It only you can't just be like,
I love it. All right, so I just sent y'all both scripts.
Okay.
I've got y'all's name. Pay attention, Chris. Get close to the microphone, too. All right, so Chris, your responsibilities are person number 3, but I labeled it Chris, and also any of, like, the actions we have to do. So it's like, try to hand the cards, but they float away. You guys say that.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're acting on a scene right now?
Yep. All right, so this is 3 guys in space trying to play Uno.
You did this on ChatGPT?
Yeah, ChatGPT, and AI made this one for us, Chris. So when it says tries to hand the cards but they float away, you have to say it and we're going to act it out.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wait. That's my line.
No, that's not your line. That's your action that you do.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just going to act
So
it
you
out.
say, here you go, and then you try and hand cards and they float away and Chris says that. But Chris, I want a differentiation between your character
And your narrator.
and your narrator. All right, so you got to have a narrator voice and you have to have a character voice, okay?
I got you.
Hey, pass me the cards so we can get started playing on Uno.
Sure. Here you go.
John tries to hand the cards, but they float away. Seriously, we need those cards to play.
Don't worry, I'll catch them.
It jumps up trying to grab cards.
Hurry up. We're losing them.
Quick, use your space skills to catch them.
It's a space kill. Almost got it. Gotcha.
Grabs the cards midair.
Phew. That was close. Let's not lose them again.
Yeah, be careful this time, or we'll be stuck without cards to play.
Lesson learned, guys. Let's start the game before anything else floats away.
I'm starting to think that
ChatGPT sucks.
no, I'm starting to think that the Japanese invented ChatGPT a long time ago, and that's how they wrote all animes.
Yeah.
Because it's just like,
Really? You don't even know. You don't even know who Oda is.
because they just
Ichiro
like
Oda.
way over like
Explain.
They over explain. It's like,
I think
whoa.
I think that depends on like what your contract is.
Most of them I've seen. Oh, why? So they can fill more episodes.
Yeah.
There'll be episodes of just explanations. It's like,
Yeah.
remember last episode when we beat those guys up?
One Piece used to be like, this is how I used to watch One Piece. I would fast forward 2 minutes at the beginning and 2 minutes at the end, and then I watch the full episode. Now it's like I fast forward 6 minutes at the beginning and 6 minutes at the end.
Why do you do
Because
that much?
It's all filler.
Because it's like you have your typical opening song, which is like 2 minutes, and then you got like 3 to 4 minutes of what happened last episode.
Yeah.
It's like previously on One Piece. It's like Grey's
And
Anatomy,
like
but you
half
can't
the
skip it.
episode of last episode before they even start the new.
And when you're really binging it, it's like, yo, I know. Put me in the episode. All right. I think that was a good one.
The end is like that too?
No, it's more like 5 minutes and like 2 minutes at the end.
Okay.
7 minutes total.
Why is the end? I felt like the end would be like right up to the end. They leave you on a cliffhanger.
Well, it might be like 7-4 because it'll be like what happens next episode on the
the preview and then the outro. Song.
outro
Ah.
preview, and then the start is what happened last time music video.
Yeah.
10 minutes of just wasted space. You get like 13 minutes of like actual information.
Was anyone on the Twitch comments today?
I see some.
Yeah, a lot of Jordan. Your wife commented.
What'd she say?
She got
He did. I think he was talking about the thing, the bees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, Mona sent me the picture of the beast. Look at this thing. So this is inside the building.
Oh, that's
That's
crazy.
nuts.
Yeah, and then
terrifying.
yeah, it's not. That's like thousands of.
I don't
bees.
want that in my house.
And then they come in this little black
That's
box with a
sick.
little hole.
I like
That's
it.
what
I
it looks
like
like
it
on the
backed
outside.
out.
And
All right.
you can buy these bee boxes.
Sorry. B-box.
Beatbox.
I beatbox.
Can anything outside of bees fit in those
For
openings?
sure. But they don't want to.
No, they're dying. You don't just
Even
go.
it crawls in there.
Yeah.
They're screwed.
All right.
Send us off, Chris. Video intro.
Gotcha.
Outro.